Okay, so I thought I'd do a quick video about using the Harbor Freight Syntec cable tracker to try and locate an underground sprinkler valve that I'm trying to find, and how successful that I will be with that, because I didn't see anything else out there like that. So here we go. So I've got it hooked up. What I've done is connected it to my sprinkler system. I'm looking for station number 2 specifically. I've got a valve that's stuck open. I need to go clean it out and see what's going on. So I've removed the wire for station 2 and I've got it connected to the red, and I've pulled off the ground and connected that to the black. And so now I've got it set to tone, which is the main thing you use. It's got another option for continuity. You would just check that for open circuits. You wouldn't even need the sensor for that. So for most stuff that we're doing, it's going to be tone. And so I've got that activated. I'm going to just set that up there. Okay, so now I'm going to test it just by holding down the button. I've got the volume turned all the way up. You can see obviously that's working. It's coming out of my house here. Yeah, it works pretty good. I didn't find it much on the ground here, but now let's go see if I can find it in the ground where I think it might be. Okay, so in this part of my yard, I know that there's a set of sprinklers here. Thankfully, I have diagrams. So I know it's somewhere in this vicinity, kind of runs along here. And so, but I did some digging with not much luck. So now we're gonna try the sensor. I'm holding it down, and I can hear it very faintly. Not sure if you can hear that, but I can. And so I'm very pleased to say that it's faint. And when I move away, it goes away. I come back, and so I can tell that it's around here somewhere. And now it's getting louder. And it seems to work better if I keep it flat. Although it seems to, I guess, work either way. So I'm getting my strongest signal in this area. So I will say that at first use, it is able to locate wires underground. And I've had to dig this stuff up before. It's a couple feet under the ground, so certainly it's probably not a replacement for really expensive ones, but for me in the yard, I think so far this is a success. So I'm going to dig, and then we'll come back and see what I find. Okay, one thing that I also noted is that even though I'm trying to track down station number 2, and I've got it hooked up, what it's doing, because you have to connect it to ground, and it only works if you've got the red and black connected, is that it's essentially, because ground is common in this system, it allows you to trace all the wires. Even though I've got it hooked to section 2, it's backfeeding through all the ground. So I've got a little more work to do because it's not isolating 2, it's hitting all of my stations. So just be aware that it's definitely useful, and it's working really well to find my in-ground wires, but it's not isolated to just one station. It's finding all the wires, so still got a little more hunting to do. Okay, so secondary update. As long as I've owned this house, I've known that somewhere they were buried, per the plans, some valves back here in this yard. And per the plans, I thought they were like way out there. So I started sweeping the yard. I don't have a problem with this one. I'm not going to dig it up. But I got no tone anywhere. And then eventually when I got over here, I started getting a tone. I also hooked up one of my old iPhone headphones. It's a lot easier to use now because I can just listen through my ear. But I've located, you won't hear the tone. But out of this whole yard, all the way in the backyard, I can hear the tone. It gets really strong right in here, and I'll bet that right about here is where that thing is buried. Okay, so a quick update. Took a machete that I had already that I used for working around the yard and stuck it in the ground as a ground stake to get a little bit better signal, and I feel like I am getting a little bit better, stronger signal around the yard by doing this. And of course you don't have to use a machete. You use a tent stake or a piece of rebar or some other piece of metal you had laying around. Or you could not use it at all. I was already getting a signal, like I said. I just felt like it gave me something a little stronger. So I clipped it just with an extra lead that I had onto the ground. And so rather than using the system, I'm just ground it in like this. So hope that helps, and good luck. Success.